Close your eyes. When you think of the American dream, what do you imagine? What is your American dream? Maybe your view is traditional, a 2-story house in the suburbs, a career you enjoy that pays the bills well, a spouse who loves you unconditionally, maybe a few children to fully complete your family. Maybe you have a dog, or maybe you are more of a cat person. Or is your view of the American dream you being single and well-traveled and able to enjoy the finer things in life? Whatever it means to you, we all have an ideal American dream life. And no matter how much our economy seems to change, one thing that's always constant is our pursuit of happiness and the American dream. The American dream is the ideal that the government should protect each person's opportunity to pursue their own idea of happiness. But what if I told you that your own idea of happiness, the very one you're imagining right now, is being used against you? What if I told you the people who do this do so in order to take advantage of you, financially, socially, mentally, and emotionally? Who are these people? What if I told you they were your very own friends, family, and co-workers? What if I told you this is happening to you every day and you don't even realize the extent of it? Now, what if I told you all this was legally and socially acceptable? Hello, my name is Beth, or Queen of Spade, and you're watching The Manipulation of a Hunbot. In 1931, James Truslow Adams first publicly defined the American dream. He said, "The American dream is that dream of a land in which life should be better and richer and fuller for everyone, with opportunity for each according to ability or achievement." He also said it was a dream of social order in which each man and each woman shall be able to attain to the fullest stature of which they are innately capable and be recognized by others for what they are, regardless of the fortuitous circumstances of birth or position. Many refer to the American dream as the charm of anticipated success. This charm is the reason for millions of immigrants coming to U.S. shores. However, it has also been a compelling vision for other nations. Historian Emily Rosenberg identified 5 components of the American dream that have shown up in countries around the world, such as Canada or the United Kingdom. These 5 components are: number 1, belief that other nations should replicate America's development. Number 2, faith in a free market economy. Number 3, support for free trade agreements and foreign direct investment. Number 4, promotion of free flow of information and culture. And number 5, acceptance of government protection of private enterprise. In the 1920s, the American dream started morphing from the right to create a better life to the desire to acquire material things. This change was described in the F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel, The Great Gatsby. This greed-driven version of the dream was never fully attainable. Someone else will always have more. This greed actually led the stock market crash of 1929 and the Great Depression. Throughout the years, the nation's leaders have verbalized the evolution of the American dream, many by granting us rights and equal opportunities. However, after the 1920s, many presidents supported the Gatsby dream. They said it was the government's responsibility to guarantee material benefits. U.S. prosperity after World War II allowed people to expect those things in their lifetime. Presidents George W. Bush and Bill Clinton supported the dream of home ownership. During the 2008 presidential campaign, Hillary Clinton presented the American Dream Plan. There is disagreement over the definition of the American Dream today. Some even believe we have seen the end of the American Dream. Both the right to pursue happiness and the right to disagree about what that means are what make the American Dream so powerful. It is also what makes it so dangerous. Multi-level marketing, or MLM companies, use the power of the American dream and your right to the pursuit of happiness in order to manipulate you into a business model that is set up to stop you from ever fully achieving the American dream. MLM companies are a larger portion of the U.S. economy with $36.5 billion in sales during 2015 and more than 18 million Americans participating in an MLM in any given a dismaying amount of figures in the Trump administration also have connections to MLMs, beginning, of course, with Trump himself. In fact, Donald Trump has run his own MLM company called Trump Nation, and his entire cabinet supports and is connected to the MLM industry. If you don't support the Trump administration, you shouldn't support MLMs. The first MLM, although many companies wish to claim this title, was actually Avon. It began in 1886 and used the door-to-door model for selling perfume. From then until the middle of the last century, many women did not have the means to sample products and shop at a department store. Or, in the case of African American women, they were simply not allowed to enter the store at all. And they certainly didn't have the means to start their own business and earn a real income, especially at the cost of many of these MLM companies. However, that didn't stop Avon from taking advantage of the situation to kick off the MLM business model, introducing it to our world. The Federal Trade Commission proved over 99% of people involved in MLMs do not earn any income. Every income disclosure for every single MLM company also proves the FTC's statistics to be correct. In fact, during the Obama administration, the Federal Trade Commission made an effort to curb the industry. They slapped the MLM company Herbalife with a $200 million fine, and as part of the settlement, they demanded it restructure its business so it would start operating legitimately. The Federal Trade Commission has been trying to control this industry and how they operate ever since. Many MLM companies have been brought before the courts, yet it is almost impossible to stop this industry because of the amount of investors and lobbyists who are profiting from MLM companies. In other words, they truly do only exist so the 1% can get rich. And the rest of us? MLMs often prey on those in lower income families and often undocumented immigrant communities, taking advantage of their lack of resources or knowledge. Also taking advantage of their often desperation to achieve the American dream. In the 2016 documentary Betting on Zero, director Ted Braun talks to several Latino families who have lost their entire life savings to Herbalife. They were told by MLM consultants that the Herbalife business was easy to work and that it's not dangerous. And so they sold their construction businesses to invest in Herbalife instead. These companies take advantage and hurt people every single day, and somehow we are even allowing them to expand to India, China, and many Southeast Asian countries such as Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Amway even funded the training of more than 500 Chinese bureaucrats, which is what led China to legalizing direct selling. That way, our MLM companies could take advantage of them too. MLM companies' main headquarters are usually in the USA. Utah is heavily saturated with MLM headquarters. Canada, or even located in the UK. The invention of the internet has also helped create a boom in the MLM market. Now that companies can easily sell directly to consumers online, the internet also makes it easier for consultants to create the illusion of having obtained the American dream. Then they will promise you anything you need to hear and make you feel how they need to make you feel to have you manipulated into putting your faith into them too. Why? Because they claim to be the answer, especially in today's economy, to achieve the American dream. Back in the 1980s and before, it was much easier for families to live off of one income. The stay-at-home mom was a necessity in every household, and the absence of one was really felt. Every household had a stay-at-home mom before the war. Stay-at-home moms wanted to contribute financially and fill their days with more, so they signed up for Avon or Tupperware. Women truly began working out of their home when men went to war, and the feminist movement pushed for women's right to continue to work when the men returned. The economy prospered. As households earned more income, the cost of living also seemed to rise. It didn't just rise a little bit. The cost of living has raised over 26% in every category according to the Bureau of Census. But then, the median household income in 1999 was $42,000, according to the Census Bureau. According to the inflation calculator, that price today should be over $64,716. This places household income at $61,227, meaning it has failed to keep up with inflation and is 5% below where it should be. It is harder and harder for families to attain the American dream. But it is okay, because there are MLM companies that promise it to you. Financial freedom and more free time, personal development and community, along with a product to save your life, is what they claim to provide. But all statistics and numbers prove otherwise, and there are millions of bad experiences with these companies. Yet they keep opening, running, and expanding. with an industry worth almost $37 billion that lines the pockets of investors, lobbyists, and Donald Trump, it's no surprise the cost of living would rise and household income would lower. After all, 0.04% of people in a MLM make any money, and not all make a livable wage. If you were to break down the income disclosure statements of any of these companies and work out how long a consultant works daily on their small business opportunity, even the higher paid consultants appear to be making about 50 cents an hour. How can companies exist that allow that type of pay, especially in places like Canada? Here in Canada, we also have the Direct Sellers Association to monitor the ethics of direct selling companies. The Direct Sales Association, or DSA, was established in 1954 to protect those in direct sales legally and ethically. They have a code of ethics and business practices. However, most MLM companies are established in the USA and therefore don't apply upon expanding into Canada. And those that are started in Canada stay far away from the DSA. The DSA actually defines a pyramid scheme on their website. Their website states, pyramid schemes focus on making most of their money from new recruits. Pyramid schemes are illegal. If a company claims to be involved in direct selling but has more focus on recruiting people than on selling products, it may be a pyramid scheme. Conversely, legitimate direct selling companies contribute to a vibrant marketplace by selling competitive, high-quality products and services and providing a sustainable source of income for those who choose to sell those products. It's a red flag if anyone tries to entice you with unlimited wealth simply by recruiting more people into the scheme and or payment of large upfront membership or entrance fees. Pyramid schemes will typically charge high fees, often buried in the cost of a starter kit, in startup inventory, or for training or other services. Legitimate direct selling companies offer easy and inexpensive opportunities to start selling their products or services. Pyramid schemes will concentrate on the importance of recruiting others to achieve high profits. Little to no focus is placed on the product or service they may claim to represent, or on the subsequent sale of these products and services to customers. Due to your desire for the American dream, financial stability, and lots of free time, you may be more inclined to forget this and allow the MLM company to change your mental schemata into believing recruiting people is okay, as long as you are helping them achieve the American dream as well. You won't join a pyramid scheme, right? But you would possibly join a company that claims to be a direct sales company. Many are legit and pay good salaries to employees. But MLM only recruits in order to help all of America achieve the American dream. That is what they sell you. And now even the entire world has fallen for it as they expand overseas. We have allowed ourselves as an entire society to get further caught up in wanting to achieve Gatsby's American dream. Our critical thinking disappears. We want so badly as a society to believe we can still attain that American dream that we allow ourselves to be manipulated because the dream seems more unattainable now than ever. As I said before, many believe the American dream is dead and has been deceased for a long time. Equally as many people want to believe MLM companies will resurrect it. However, it is all a lie. In fact, the entire industry is based on this lie, as it promises this possibility while only paying the top 1% and promising a more attainable career and status than a 9-to-5 occupation could ever offer. But we need to all realize that no matter how appealing this thought is, that MLM companies are the answer to bringing back the American dream, it is not true. They are lying to you. Much like how with Gatsby's dream, someone will always have more. The MLM dream is just as unattainable. Someone will always be above you. No matter how hard you try, you will never be the 1%. The 1% is truly the investors and lobbyists of your country and the CEOs of the MLM companies. We need to stop dreaming about Gatsby's dream and wake up as a society now. So the next time someone tells you that you can join their team for $99 and you too could be living Gatsby's dream, remember, you have a better chance working a 9-to-5 job, being paid even minimum wage, than you will in an MLM. Kindly decline, direct them to this video, and keep living in reality. You don't want to fall in the trap of living a Gatsby dream. And remember, don't get manipulated by a hunbot.